What's your favorite flavor of Flips? Honestly, the milk chocolate covered pretzels might be a classic, but candy cane tastes divine. Birthday cake. Birthday cake. Birthday cake. Yeah, I love the flavor. Birthday cake flavor? Do you even have any idea what that is? Okay, what does it taste like? Birthday cake? Yeah, but what does birthday cake taste like? Oh boy, we've got a long one ahead of us today. Don't you just love the taste of birthday cake? Well, say goodbye to it because there may be a hint of beaver's butt in there and you don't want to eat that. Something about the taste of birthday cake flavored goodies just gets our mouths watering and our tummies rumbling. Birthday cake KitKat, birthday cake M&Ms, birthday cake Oreo, even birthday cake Chex Mix. You name it and we can assure you it's a fan favorite. To put things into perspective, KitKat released limited edition birthday cake flavored bars, complete with sprinkles, and they sold like hotcakes. Literally! It's pretty weird that Jelly Belly has a birthday cake flavor, but even when a 16-ounce bag of one could go for $13.99, they still fly off shelves quickly. How about Teddy Graham's, Quest Nutrition Bars, Redbird Candy Puffs, even Bang Energy Birthday Cake Bash? And they had the bright idea to put natural flavors on that like there's anything natural about drinkable birthday cake. It's like companies realize there's money to be made in slapping a fun-looking birthday cake on their packaging and telling their customers it's special. The aliens gathered around and made the stuff and we all fell for it. Hook, line, and sprinkles. After all, who doesn't love birthday cake? It's sweet, it's soft, and it means there's a party. And like Dionysus probably said, parties are always a good thing. Sweet lovers fly to birthday cake flavored stuff like moths to a flame, and they gobble it all up like a cookie monster going to town in a jar of the world's best cookies. So we love birthday cake flavored candy and birthday cake flavored truffles, but what does birthday cake taste like? Seriously, think about it. What is the flavor of a birthday cake? What do you taste when you eat birthday cake? You don't know. So let's put our aliens conspiracy cream right here. The thing about birthday cake flavor is that it doesn't technically exist. That makes sense, right? After all, birthday cake isn't like apples or oranges. You don't grow it. And it ain't found anywhere in nature, so you can give up on any lingering hopes of finding a cake orchid one day. It ain't happening unless aliens decide to make cake trees. The execution of Charles wasn't the only thing that took place in the mid-17th century. According to food historians, what we know as cakes today were first baked in Europe sometime then. The people got it into their heads to throw a mixture of flour, eggs, fat, sugar, milk, and yeast into an oven, and they saw that it was good. Then someone sat in a lab like Rick Sanchez, messing with alien specimens, cooked up something that tastes remotely like birthday cake, and poured it on your favorite candy bars to keep you buying. And you didn't even blink when you saw the packaging. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that humans love new, wild flavors. After all, something like Takis come in flavors like Nacho Explosion, Dragon Sweet Chili, and Zombie Nitro, and we're pretty sure you haven't tasted an explosion or hyped up zombies before. And if you have tasted the dragon, well, we'll quietly dial SPCA. The point is, we'll eat almost anything so long as it tastes good. So, what is this fake flavor and why birthday cake? Well, folks, time for a little history lesson. Let's go way back to the early days when the four nations lived together in peace and harmony, and some dude in a lab decided to mix vanilla with a load of sugar and butter, cover it with sprinkles, and call it birthday cake. The truth is, we're not quite sure who got the bright piñata idea to make this unholy sprinkles and flavor matrimony. However, the concept of a birthday cake flavor can be traced back to the tradition of, you guessed it, celebrating birthdays with cake. When companies thought about juicing a cake and lacing their foods with its flavors, they weren't thinking red velvet or even a sweet, creamy tres leches cake. No, food scientists buckled down and went back to the root of birthday cakes, a classic vanilla adorned with frosting and colorful sprinkles. The concept isn't tied to any particular company, but we did say we'd give you a history lesson, so here we go. Back in the mid-1980s, one of the world's largest ice cream chains, Baskin-Robbins, introduced a flavor called birthday cake. Customers basically lost their minds over it. Baskin-Robbins wanted to make their ice cream taste like a celebration. They wanted to provide a unique flavor for customers celebrating their birthdays and those who just wanted to coat their tongues with a nostalgic treat. And they succeeded. Thus, the birthday cake flavor craze began. After Baskin-Robbins introduced their birthday cake flavor, other companies were determined to have their customers tasting the party. In 1989, famous baking mix and refrigerated dough makers Pillsbury introduced Funfetti Cake Mix. They basically made birthday cake flavored cake mix just to cash in on the hype. Next was Kellogg's in 1997. The good old Rice Krispies creators went a step further by launching Birthday Cake Rice Krispies Treats. It was the usual crispy marshmallow squares, this time with extra vanilla and a whole lot of sprinkles. Oreos came along in 2012 with the Birthday Cake Oreo cookies. They were limited edition and, you guessed it, were vanilla flavored with sprinkles in the filling. Even Dunkin' Donuts fell for the madness with their 2014 birthday cake line of glazed and topped with rainbow sprinkles donuts. 2015 had Ben & Jerry's launching their own birthday cake flavored ice cream, consisting of vanilla cake batter ice cream with pink frosting and strawberry swirls. They even took it a step further and added pieces of cake to the dang thing. Since then, more and more companies have created their own birthday cake flavored shelf liners, and they've got the people rejoicing without them even knowing what's in it. What if those tiny little sprinkles are actually the last dinosaurs? What if their camera is made to spy on our guts and stuff? That's a stretch, but you get the point. Food companies made up a fake flavor in hopes that it'll taste like the cake you smashed your face in at your first birthday party, and here you are, eating birthday cake flavored flips when you could just get a slice of actual cake. Didn't you ever think of that? Did aliens make you forget real cake exists? Well, if you haven't figured it out yet, let's spell it out for you. Real birthday cake isn't used to make birthday cake flavored products. Want to know what's used to make them? Come closer, folks, because we've got a real treat for you. They're created to taste like birthday cake without the hassle of baking cakes, only to squeeze out the juices for you to get a birthday cake flavored ice cream. All in all, if you know anything about flavors, you'll know it's not so hard to replicate the taste of something. Fake flavors have been a thing since 1874 with the creation of the first artificial flavor, vanillin, a fake flavor made to taste like vanilla. The person who first synthesized vanillin was Ferdinand Tiemann, a German chemist. Mind you, natural vanilla is so hard to come by, you'd have better luck arm wrestling an alien than getting a bit of it. It's literally the second most expensive spice. Vanilla comes from an orchid plant and, well, those are hard to grow. They need lots of sun, but also not too much. Lots of water, but also not too much. And the pollination period lasts only a few hours of just one day of the year. Sounds like one horrible birthday party you don't want to miss. The real wonder is how it even lasted in the wild with that army rigid regimen. Anyway, vanilla was expensive and hard to acquire, so only the creme de la creme of society could get their hands on it. Having artificial vanilla meant it could be mass-produced and sold for cheap to all. But if you know anything about people, it's that if it can be cheap, we'll find a way to make it cheaper. Once food companies figured out people didn't really care where the vanilla came from, they just wanted something that tasted like it. They got creative. Hence why in the early 1900s, people started putting castoreum in foods and perfumes. Castoreum is found in beavers' castor sacs, which are located in their butts. Wait, what? Yup, if you think you're hearing wrong with all this vanilla in your brain, you're not. We just said beaver butt. Vanilla, as we know it today, was made with a healthy dose of beavers behind goo, and most people just don't care. It works, and most people don't know enough to give up that sweet, sweet vanilla swirl ice cream. That's just by the way, and it doesn't answer the very important question of what exactly is in this fake birthday cake flavor. Well, the first obvious answer is vanilla, and then there's butter, almond or almond extract, sugar, milk or cream, and sprinkles or confetti. The recipe may change a bit from company to company, but those are the basics. So yeah, that's it. Or is it? You see, this won't be a foodspiracy without some odd-colored sprinkles. Although those ingredients sound unharmful, you've got to remember that this is America and we love using artificial flavors. In most cases, birthday cake flavor is created using artificial flavorings to mimic the taste of the actual ingredients. Sure, the FDA has basically greenlit these ingredients when they're used in appropriate quantities. You still deserve to know what junk you're putting in you. Vanillin, or beaver's butt goo, is what they use to mark their territory. After mixing it with pee and stuff, but its use had been protested against in the past years. Not because people have any problems devouring beaver's butt, they don't, but because there's really no ethical way to get the stuff. Lots of beavers get killed for your sweet vanilla ice cream. There's nothing sweet in this Foodspiracy. Either way, it ain't harmful to humans. Aside from the fact that vanillin doesn't really have any useful vitamins and minerals, it's safe to eat in small quantities. Don't go chucking a whole bottle of artificial vanilla because that would cause digestive discomfort or allergic reactions in some individuals, which basically means you'll be pooping your brains out for a while, and if you're allergic to vanilla, we're sorry. Artificial buttercream is usually used to replicate the taste of buttercream frosting and is generally safe to consume, again in appropriate quantities. Problem is, when you're stuffing your face with birthday cake flavored cookies, you're not thinking about appropriate quantities, and artificial buttercream is made with its own motherload of fake flavors. One of the main ingredients is saturated fat, and too much saturated fat could lead to high cholesterol levels and heart disease. There's also all the sugar they add to make your tongue sing, and we all know too much sugar can lead to weight gain, diabetes, and a host of other serious health problems. Still want to eat those cookies? Next on our list is artificial cake batter, and it more or less has the same warning label as the first two. Safe to eat in small quantities. Don't eat too much or you'll have aliens crawling in your stomach. As for sprinkles, well, it's here that things start to get a bit tricky. Thing is, sprinkles aren't a flavor, and they don't really have much going for them except a slight sugary taste. And that's what makes them the most dangerous of all. These tiny, colorful boogers are high in sugar, carbs, and calories, and are linked to several diseases. They're made from corn syrup, sugar, cornstarch, wax, artificial food colorings, and other artificial flavors. Because they're so pretty and tiny, most people forget that the added sugar in sprinkles is linked to many chronic health conditions, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and liver disease. In other words, you'll end up looking like Fat Dog Mendoza. Still think birthday cake is your favorite? Yes? Oh, for Pete's sake.